God forgives. That is what is so important in the Creed, where it says that we have the forgiveness of sins. And there's three things that it mentions that God forgives. He forgives iniquity, he forgives transgression, and he forgives sin. Now, a lot of times those words get used interchangeably, but they do each have a specific meaning. When it comes to iniquity, iniquity is kind of the idea behind, the attitude behind, the motivation behind the sin. This is the character behind the sin. Remember, whenever Jesus says, hey, you know what? You say you don't commit adultery, but if you lust, you're committing the same sin. Hey, you've heard it said, don't murder, but if you hate someone, you're guilty of the exact same offense. This is the plotting to sin. The attitude that says, I'm going to do something wrong and plotting to do it. Like David and Bathsheba. He wasn't where he should have been, and he looks and sees something that he wants, and he plots on how to get it and then covers up his sin, plotting out sin. That is iniquity. Then you have the idea of doing good things with a bad motive. Right, where the act itself maybe isn't necessarily bad. This would be the idea of like giving to charity, to be seen, giving to charity. Right, whenever Jesus says, don't be like the hypocrites, the Pharisees who on the street corner pray loudly so they can be seen praying by everyone. The idea, look at me, I'm so righteous. In Acts, Ananias and Sapphira, everybody's giving, and they go, oh, well, we want to be like everybody else. So they sell something, then they lie how much they sold it for and keep part of the profits for themselves and give the rest. Why go through the show? Why go through the lying? They're doing a good thing for sinful reasons. That's iniquity. Second, it says that he forgives transgression. Transgression is the right-out, blatant rebellion and disobedience of what you know is the law of God. Thou shalt not lie. Well, I know he said it, but I'm going to lie anyway. That's transgression. Where I know God said not to do it, but I'm going to choose to do it anyway. And then what it refers to here is sin, the idea of missing the mark. I think this really more encompasses the idea of not doing what you know you should. And so iniquity is the attitude and the heart behind the sin and behind the transgression. Transgression is the blatant refusal to do what God said. And then sin would be not doing something you know you're supposed to do. Not doing the good. This is the parable of the Good Samaritan, where the priest and the Levite, right, the gentleman going down the road falls upon robbers, they beat him, take his money, and leave him on the side of the road. And a priest and a Levite, holy men, as they're walking by, see him and go the other side of the road and pass on by. They fail to do what they know is the good, the right thing to do. And God forgives all that. What that is a picture of there is it's all-encompassing. Whatever the wrong may be, there is no special category of wrong thing that you could do that God's not going to forgive, because he just covered everything. Whether it's some internal heart issue, whether it's you refusing to obey a law, whether it's you refusing to do good, he's going to forgive it. God forgives all. It is in the nature of God to be forgiving. Do you understand that? God doesn't have to forgive. It's just who he is that he wants to forgive. And we see God, the Bible says that we see God nowhere more clearly shown than the life of Jesus Christ. And we see Jesus forgiving.
Glory to you, King of all days. Glory to you in the highest place.